What's up, everyone? How's it? So this next episode is super exciting, super interesting. Back in the day, on Sherdog, the forums there, on the MMA forum, I made a little contest about someone making a highlight video, and whoever made the best highlight video, I would fly him to Japan to hang out with me. And this guy, Brent Nicholson, he won. And so this is who we're coming on as a guest. Brent's coming on, and we're going to talk about all the crazy shit that happened on the trip. So check it out. Don't miss this one. This is a good one.
What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the Yamatodamashii podcast. Today, we're joined by a very special guest, Brent. Brent, I don't even know your surname. We're just going straight into this. Great. Well, I mean, today we've got Brent on because a long time ago, Brent, I don't know if you're aware of this, we did a Q&A, and someone actually wrote in the Q&A, what happened to Brent?
Yeah. There's a lot of, I get that question a lot, you know.
Yeah. Oh, really? Yeah.
So Enson's just going to give a bit of background to how you guys originally first met.
Yeah, so I wanted a highlight video, and I just thought it would be pretty hammy to make my own highlight video. So I figured I was real active on the social media, on the forums, and I figured I just put it out and say, I'm having a contest that anyone can make a highlight video of me, and the ones that whoever makes the best one, I'll fly them out to Japan. And I got about 5 or 6 of them. They're really good, but there was a lot of them that were. I mean, it could have been a toss-up on which one I picked. But what got me was Brent wrote a letter when he sent. I think we did it where they sent the actual video over, yeah. And then he wrote a letter in it saying that if I'm gonna, you said something like, I have to win this because I have to meet you, or so something like, whoa, this guy really wants to come up here.
Yeah. Like, I remember when the contest got announced, like, I knew like 100% I was going. It was really weird because I don't, like, cool. I knew it was something I had to do. Like, I absolutely had to do it. And I think I might have even went and got a passport before I even started making the video. Like, I've never been so confident in my life. Yeah, it was really weird. It was really like a really strong pull, and it was something I knew I had to do. Like, I had to go meet you, basically.
Yeah, and so cause this is where my memory goes bad. I know I picked you, I contacted you, and I don't know I purchased your ticket and sent an e-ticket to you, or I don't know how that happened.
Oh no, it was you're like, because back then it wasn't so easy. It wasn't just go on the internet, buy a ticket. Like, I think I had to go to a travel agency. I was 19 years old. I went with my parents, and you're just like, yeah, just buy a ticket and I'll just give you some cash when you get here. So I try to explain this to my parents.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I met this guy on the internet. And I got to pay for the ticket. Like, it seems, they knew who you were because they knew I was a fan and stuff, but they were a little skeptical. So we did it. We went and that's how we did it. And it worked out good because I ended up getting an open ticket. So I had the time off, and I ended up staying quite a while. So
how long did you stay at the trip?
1 month. It's a long ways to go, I thought. Plus, I was having a lot of fun, right?
The thing, James, when Brett came up, it was back in the day when I was like hitting the town, hitting the clubs. We were like finding girls, the whole thing was about, party, train and party. That's all it was about. Like, Brett, if you came up today, it's like my life is so mellow, man. I just chill. I don't go to clubs. Got dogs, got kois, got a big yard now. I just chill totally, man. Yeah, but
Yeah, I remember
Yeah,
because
so
we were planning out when I was going to come, and you told me if you can come, I think it was November. There was so much going on in that time. There was a Shudo event. There was Pride Grand Prix. BJ Penn was going to come stay with you. Pancrase was there. It was just like you couldn't have packed more awesome stuff into 1 month. You know, it was really good timing, and it was really cool.
oh wait, so that was when BJ came and stayed at my house.
Yeah.
Also, that night, the morning before, cops came and picked me up. Yeah.
Yeah. What happened there?
Yeah, I had you. You weren't with me at that event when I tried to throw a guy off the Kurakuen Hall stairs. Yeah.
Those are some steep steps.
And Nori and Ricky held the guy down from going over. That guy went to the cops and said I broke his jaw, which I didn't. I didn't touch him. I only tried to throw him over the stairs.
Was that the railing? You might have showed me the railing one time when we were out in Tokyo.
Yeah, it's over the railing in the back. The back of Kurakuen, yeah. So the cops just reacted on him saying that I broke his jaw. They came from Tokyo. 7 cops came in the morning, like 7 in the morning, knocked on the door and fucking took me to the police station. They took me into the station, and then I was like, my thing was like, fuck that. I'm having a barbecue with the fucking boys tonight. So they're telling me I got to stare. I said, bullshit. I said, I didn't touch him. So I got real crazy where I sat in the thing and I told the police guys, I said, you know what? You got 3 cops in the room right now. I said, is that all you're going to bring? I said, because I'm leaving. And I said, if you guys want me to stay, you better bring more cops. And they kind of like freaked out. And I guess so happened the timing for me was right. You know that judo guy, Yoshida? He was actually with the guy. They somehow got contact with him. And he said, the guy, Yoshida told them that, no, the guy's name was Kawabe, the guy that I beat up. But they said, no, we ate dinner with him that night. His jaw wasn't broken. Yeah, so that's the only thing that got me out.
Wow.
In Japan, the police can hold someone for 20 days with no reason.
Whoa.
20 days, like you think in Hawaii, it's like 48 hours and they got to charge you or they got to release you.
Yeah.
They don't have any evidence. Japan is 20 days. So they got 20 days to gather evidence. And if they don't have evidence, they got to either release you. If they have enough evidence, they got to charge you.
Wow.
Like 20 days, that's a long time. Like,
yeah. 25
Yeah, that's a long time. That's a long time to have your whole schedule just disappear for 20 days, man.
Yeah.
Sorry, because the reason why I remember it is I remember that BJ Penn them were coming over to the house and we're gonna have a barbecue. And I was in this police station thinking, I gotta fucking go home to prepare the barbecue. I gotta get home. I remember that. That's why when you said BJ Penn, did you even know I got arrested? You're staying at my house. That's why, yeah.
Yeah, I think it must have all happened when I was asleep or something. It was like you came back. And yeah, it's coming back to me now a little bit. Yeah.
It's crazy. Just an average day on the trip, right?
That was the beginning of the trip, yeah. So so BJ and his brothers came by, yeah.
Yeah, quite a big crew, and I think they were coming to check things out, train a little bit, and Pride Grand Prix was that was a huge event, right? I think that was the final round. And,
Yeah.
Everybody was checking that out, so it was couldn't have came at a better time. It was so cool.
Yeah.
So you know what's funny too, James, is I was notorious for whenever I fought. You know, like right now it's like 3 passes, 3 cornermen, or now because of COVID, 2 cornermen.
Mm-hmm.
I had 20 guys come into my locker room.
Wow.
After the fight, my whole group closed down the after party because we went to the food and we'll be the last ones leaving all the food. And Brent was probably part of that. Even when I stopped fighting, I got like tons of tickets. And after the tickets, my whole crew went into the after party, and we fucking ate all the food. Yeah, Brent, wasn't that crazy?
Yeah, you brought me in. You brought me back there from that event that time. And it was pretty crazy for me because like everybody was there. Even guys like for corners for the other fighters, right? Like Randy Couture was there, Boss Rudin, like, and they all saw my shirt, my purebred shirt. So they're all, oh, you must be with Enson, and tell me stories and stuff like that. Boss Rudin's like, oh, me and him, we both have, tattoos on our palms, and Rampage was back there, and it was surreal.
I'm not surprised, given when we did the podcast with Rampage, it was like one of his best memories of Pride. It was like catering in the after party.
They don't have that anymore, They had a badass after party, man.
Yeah.
You don't do it at Rising anymore then?
No, they don't do it anymore. It's done. So it was a good time for good timing for Brent to come down. Yeah. And then I don't know any of the other stories. I can't recall. Like even that story about me getting arrested and BJM coming over, I totally forgot about that. But one that I do remember, we can talk about Brett's other stories, but the one that I do remember that freaked me out was when I got there. When Brett got there, he kind of out of the blue, he kind of told me, "Yeah, I want to spar with you," and I was like Brent doesn't fight, and I'm way bigger than him, and I'm like, "Oh, okay, yeah, okay, that's cool, yeah, let's spar later, okay, good, later." We've had our trip, we had our time, and I guess the month was coming up, and I think 2 weeks before, 1 week before he was about to leave, he said it again, and I was like, yeah, okay, like, what the fuck are you talking about? Okay, yeah, anytime, let's do it, yeah, okay, and I kind of blew it off again. And was it the day before or 2 days before, Brent?
I remember that morning you said, hey, it's your last day, what do you want to do? The day, it must have been the night before. It must have been the day before. Yeah, the day before.
The day before he left.
I had to fly home.
Yeah, he said I thought, what do you want to do? He said, I really want to spar with you, and I'm like, oh wow, what, kickboxing? He said MMA, and I was like, whoa, okay. And he said, I remember you telling me, and I don't want you to hold back too much on me. I'm like, okay, back in the day, whenever my students fucked up, I would beat them up. So whenever somebody like Zuzu, or I think at the time when Brent was there, this guy Arashi was with me, and if he fucked up, I would put on the gloves, he'd put on the gloves, and I'd give him like a 5-minute beatdown. So it was something I did a lot, and then I had enough control that I would hit you with the soft part of the glove or hit you with a backhand on the heart. I mean, it sounds like, I'm not saying that was something that didn't hurt. It still hurt, but I knew I wouldn't break a cheekbone or break a nose or maybe break a nose, but So when he said that, I was saying, okay, yeah, he's definitely going to bleed. I thought to myself, he's definitely going to bleed, but I'm going to try not to hurt him. I just because the fact that he wanted to spar, I felt that, he really wanted to test himself. So I figured if I was like being a pussy on him and didn't hit him or anything, that's probably not what he wanted. I mean, I don't think he wanted me to go all pride out on him and stomp him and shit, So I figured, yeah, we do a what is that? Respectful sparring. And respect meaning that I don't take you cheap, but I don't try to fucking kill you too. So yeah, we just started, okay, let's just spar. We started sparring, and I'm bigger. He's not a fighter, and I just, pretty much controlled the whole thing, where just started hitting him and shit. You probably have that video too, huh, Brent?
Somewhere, yeah, that one I don't know.
Yeah, we took a video of it. It's like, fuck, and then the bloods, I think was it a 5-minute round?
Yeah, 5 minutes, yeah.
And then the first 2 minutes already, I saw his nose started bleeding. So I thought, oh, fuck, I'm going to make it look even better with just get blood out of that nose. So I just kept hitting his face. And it wasn't like little pitter patters, yeah. So if you look at it, I'm hitting him hard because I'm pounding him, but I'm not like being out of control where I know I'm going to fracture his orbital or something. So I'll just hit him hard enough that the blood will start coming out, but not hard enough where I'm trying to hurt him, you know? So, but most people would have freaked out and given up. But what freaked me out about it is I kept hitting Brent in the face, like straight up in the. I was in so much control that I could find where his face was turned and pop him straight into the face, you know? Because I figured hitting him on the side of the head and stuff probably did, but if I hit him too much on the side of the head, I didn't want any like brain damage. And I figured the face is the best place because it sucks and blood comes out from the face. So the front of the face, yeah. So as I hit him, man, I just saw more and more blood come pouring out. And I was saying, oh, fuck this. And I was saying, fuck, he's not giving up. And I think if we watch the video in the sparring, I kind of actually paused and kind of looked up at people like, fuck, this guy ain't quitting. And then the time was still going. So I fuck, keep hitting him. It was crazy because I remember after it was done, he was all bloody. And it almost looked like he was a little bit in a daze too. He was kind of like looking at me. And then when I looked at him, I said, oh, fuck, we're done. Time's up. I thought he was going to try and cheap shot me or something. Because when he came towards me, I kind of backed off. And what Brent wanted to do was shake my hand. Wow. Yeah, so I was like, at first I kind of flinched, like, oh, what is he doing? He said, oh, well, he wants to shake my hand. So I shook his hand and he gave me this, like, the most heartfelt thing, like saying, Enson, you don't know, I want to thank you for what you've done. And I was like, this guy's like bleeding all over the face. And I think, fuck, I hope I didn't do too much, but this guy's totally thanking me because I don't know what, I mean, what was behind that,
Brent, I'm just imagining you getting off the plane and your parents seeing you like, what the fuck? Are we leaving for a month? And he's like that. But tell us in your own words, like what was the idea behind wanting to spar with Enson, but also like your experience of it?
Yeah, I was attracted to Enson's the no tap thing, right? And I really kind of wanted to explore that for myself a little bit. And like sometimes when I get obsessed with stuff, I like to immerse myself in it. So maybe that wasn't the best idea at the time, but there's no way to really know kind of how you're going to feel until you're in something like that. Like, and Enson meant a lot to me. And it was kind of a way to say thank you for the trip and for picking me. And yeah, just overappreciated. Like I knew what to expect going into it because at Killer Bee Gym, Tokyo Killer Bee, the purebred gym there, I watched a beatdown of Arashi like with several guys. Do you remember that?
Oh, the one like Ricky and Maury, and
it was very violent. And so I knew exactly what to expect. So it's not like, you know, so now when I think back, I go, well, you saw that. You like, you know, just a crazy kid, I guess. But
oh, you were there. You were there for that one. Fuck.
Yeah.
You know, James, it was almost a monthly or a weekly thing where someone would fuck up and we put him into a sparring where he just gets bull ringed by everybody. Yeah, that one I think had me, had Ricky Fukuda, he's a fucking huge guy too. Yeah. Had Kid Yamamoto, and who else? Had one more person that jumped in on the sparring.
The guy was like one guy training there. He had dreadlocks. I can't remember his name.
So that guy was pretty tough too.
Yeah, and I remember Kid broke his hand that day. I think in that. Yeah.
Kid got it hurt on that one. Yeah. So James, it was pretty much what you see in the Rising Ring happening in the gym.
Wow.
Yeah, it was.
I was gonna say these days you'd be canceled, right? But
the shit we did, we were pretty fucking hardcore back then, man.
Yeah, it was a different era. Like I think the story sounds kind of silly now if you tell it. Like people be like, you can't just go to, you know, MMA fighters, you know, gym and tell them you want to fight him. It's stupid, right? It sounds silly, but I think back then with the kind of the spirit of, you know, the old Pride days and stuff like that was a little bit more
accepted.
Yeah, accepted, or just like people got what you meant a little bit because I know in Roppongi, I ran into Josh Barnett, and he's like, I was like, "You're Josh Barnett," and he's like, "Yeah, you're that guy that fought Enson. I would have fucked you up, man, if you came to my gym with that shit."
That's amazing.
Oh, that's funny. You got famous, huh, Brent?
No, not really, but yeah, like I think I was thinking about this. It was hard to get all that. Like, we don't have the videos, you know, it's DVD. Nobody had cell phones. When I was there, I couldn't share that experience with everybody. And I felt like, looking back, I wish I had an iPhone and a GoPro or something, you know, where you could just seamlessly upload everything. Because I think a lot of people in the MMA community, like the fans and stuff, kind of looked at me like I got to, you know, they got to live through me through that experience. But back then I had limited ways of, you know, showing them everything.
How did you show them, Brent? Did you like document it on the forum?
It was really basic, and it was because even getting to the internet sometimes was harder back then. I go to an internet cafe or whatever, so just be typed on SureDog and Enson's blog and stuff like that.
Cool.
So
yeah, it's weird.
People on SureDog time and time again ask about it.
Yeah,
really.
How is Brent? You keep in touch with him? I said, yeah, he's doing super good. We're in touch. We're still in touch. So yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, it was quite.
So,
oh, I remember something from that night too, because I think one of the big things I wanted to do in Japan, I wanted to eat pufferfish, fugu.
Oh,
and
yeah.
But I couldn't because my jaw was all messed up from the fight, I think. So we went to a place to eat, and I can't remember. They had two options, and you're like, well, you have to get the noodles because you can't chew any real food right now. That's all beat up, right? So
man, that just sums up how bad the beating was. That's crazy.
yeah, and then I had to go through customs the next day. So
oh shit.
Yeah.
So you imagine, like, I'm a 19-year-old kid. I got all this stuff I got from Japan. I got like fake nunchucks. I got a little sword. You know, all this stuff, and my face is just ruined. And I'm you know, I show the bruising pretty well because I'm, you know, super light skinned. So
let me.
I go through customs, and the guy's writing the little thing. He writes like, you know, I don't know, it's in code. Like, if you're gonna go, you hand in your little form. So he writes something on it. And then when I went through the next person, he looked at that thing, and I pulled right into secondary, and they went through all my stuff, asked me all these questions, where it happened to your face. Like, yeah, so, but they let me in. It's my own country.
So this was your first time to Japan, right?
Yeah.
What was your impressions of it the first time you come? Because it's a big culture shock, isn't it? It's kind of like different, feels like a different world every time I.
Oh, it was surreal.
Especially coming and visiting me. He has
because my town's really small. It's like 7,000 or 8,000 people. So then I go to the biggest, you know, most populous city in the world, and then I didn't see just the normal Japan you would see if you booked a ticket and got off the plane, right? Like, I got to see the Underworld, the Enson side of Japan. Enson didn't sleep. Like, I don't think in that whole month he might have slept maybe, I don't know how many hours.
Yeah, I used to sleep like 3 to 4 hours a night.
He used to sleep at the stoplights.
Yeah, no, yeah. Yeah, no, it was really bad. That was really bad. Yeah. I actually once fell asleep at there's a place where you grab your ticket.
Yeah.
And I went to the place, and when you're coming off the highway, you give the guy your ticket, and then they put it in this machine. They tell you how much you owe them. In that time, I fell asleep, and the guy kind of woke me up like, Onisa, are you okay? Like, oh fuck, I fell asleep.
Wow.
Okay, it was. Yeah, I lived on like almost 3 hours a day.
Yeah.
For a long time.
Yeah.
Crazy. So when was the story about the car? I got to ask, because you've sort of alluded to it before, but at what point did you total this car?
We went to the north, huh? We went up north, yeah, Brent?
I think we were visiting some people that helped you out real early on in Japan with the teaching English.
Mashko. Yeah, we're visiting Mashko. And then on the way back, I didn't think I was speeding that bad. I mean, I always speed, but I figured it was a straightaway. So I didn't really worry that much. But what I didn't realize was I had studless tires on. And the road was a little bit wet. So apparently with studless tires, there's a chance that it'll catch air pockets on there because there's so much grooves in the tires. And it was weird because we're going about 160 kilos, which is about 100 miles per hour, which is kind of average on a big highway with a Mercedes-Benz. You know, Mercedes-Benz are so smooth that you really can't feel the speed. So we're going on it. I remember feeling the car like hydrofoil, like it's like it was like kind of like it felt weird. I was like, oh fuck, the car's like there's like a weird thing to the car. So I was like, whoa, shit,
like being on ice.
Yeah, it was like we're going straight really fast, but you could feel the car kind of going like that. Like, what the fuck? So I made a big mistake where I try to slow down with the brakes. And as soon as I tried to slow the brakes, it started going sideways. And we're going almost as fast sideways on the road, you know. And then for some reason, it grabbed a little bit and started shooting over to the wall, to the side of the wall. And I remember, I don't know what Brett felt, but I remember at the time I was thinking, holy shit, we're going to crash into the wall or the pillar, the guardrail. And I remember thinking in my head, you know when people get into the accident, they wake up in the hospital. I was saying, okay, I'm going to try to remember as much as I can. I want to try to remember. I don't know what's going to feel like to pass out. I remember right before we hit the wall, it was so weird, man. I mean, I guess maybe it showed how much I cared about Brent because I remember reaching out, trying to stop him from hitting the side.
Yeah, remember that.
When I pretty much had shit coming my way too, you know. And then I remember when we hit, boom, airbags came out, and I was like, oh, fuck, I'm still awake. I remember the first thing I thought of was, fuck, is Brent okay? I remember looking over and said, you okay? And he looked at me like, yeah, I think I'm okay. Like, whoa, what the fuck? Yeah. So it's crazy because we hit that wall or that pillar, and then we actually went and bounced all the way across back to the other side of the highway where the car came to a stop.
Whoa. That is mental.
Yeah, what was going through your head when we were hydrofoiling as we hit the wall and shit, man?
It happened fast, but yeah, I felt like slow motion. I had kind of the same feelings. Like I kind of just thought, okay, well, if I wake up, I'll be in a hospital probably, and it's gonna be really weird because I'm in Japan, so it's gonna be hard. It's weird. It's not a lot of time, but you have enough time to think. You know, my parents got to come to Japan. I'm gonna be in a hospital, stuff like that. Like, and then boom, it's over and everything's good. So it's safe.
You guys were all right then.
Yeah,
fat lip. I got my bracelet broke, and I got a fat lip on my.
Got a cut. I just hit my head on the window, and other than that, it was okay. Yeah.
Wow, super lucky then.
Did you had airbags come on you too? Yeah,
I think so. Yeah, I did probably
because I had two.
Saved us.
Yeah, no, I definitely saved us.
Airbags up on the side.
Yeah, I remember mine came out from the fucking door. Boom, and then from the steering wheel. I got bam, bam. I got right, left, man. Yeah, so the car had all the airbags out. Oh, and I remember thinking that, wow, this is fucking crazy. I got to get this on video. So I put out my camera, and the cops are freaking out. Like, what the fuck are you doing? And I just grabbed my shit, and I just videoed, this is the tire. We looked, okay, I can't even find, we don't know where the tire is. And I went up and pretty much reenacted the whole thing. Like, okay, this is where we was. We went across the highway here. This is where we hit. And I actually filmed the concrete thing out. And I said, this is where we would have went. And there's a 30 feet down. I remember my license plate was on the road. And I filmed that. And I went back to the car, and the car was fucked. We totaled the Mercedes-Benz, man.
Damn. No, that's crazy to think that you guys might not even be here if something had, if the airbag hadn't gone off or anything like that. It's mental. But
yeah,
so
I mean, even with the airbags, if we went over the edge, that would have been fucked. I mean, I don't know if we would have. Probably there's a possibility we could have died, but definitely we wouldn't be walking home. No shit about that.
No.
That was pretty far down, yeah, Brett.
Yeah. I don't know how many feet it would have been, but it would have been enough. I think it would have been.
It would have been enough to fucking I estimate about 30 feet, maybe.
Yeah.
About 30 feet down. Yeah. And the fucked up thing is, my license plate was down there. So that's exactly where we would have went.
Yeah, totally.
So Brent, you actually came back to Japan, right? After your initial trip for the contest.
Yeah, that Ben's accident was actually the second trip, like right at the very beginning of it, actually.
Wow.
So the second time yeah, exactly. The second time I came back was for a year because I had a working holiday visa.
Oh, nice.
So it was about 2 years later. I kind of tried to save up money, did whatever I could. I just wanted to go back there, right? I had such a great experience, and it was super exciting. Living with Enson, obviously, right? Like,
yeah.
So I was attracted to coming back there. Plus, I wanted that whole experience of training, and it was I just loved Japan, and it was obviously it was really cool and really exciting. So I wanted to get back there. So yeah,
it's the working holiday visa is pretty cool. I did it as well, like back in 2008, and it's mad. You could just like stay up to a year and work and stuff. But I don't know if you had this problem, right? And we're going off on a bit of a tangent, but I couldn't get like a bank account over there because I was 18, 19, and like 20 is like the age or something where you're like deemed as an adult in Japan.
Oh,
so I found it super. They wouldn't let me get a bank account without like I had to know someone in Japan that would like vouch for me and all this crazy stuff. But don't know what challenges you found like trying to work over there.
Yeah, no, someone helped me out.
Visa. I know you need a proper visa to open an account there.
Yeah, they gave me one. I had to get a Hanko, one of those seals, those red seals for your signature.
Hanko, yeah.
And the English
That's
teacher
like
guy,
signature,
there wasn't one that said my name, obviously. So my boss or whatever at the time, he's just like, "Yeah, this one's close enough. Just use this one." So I have no idea what it says, but
was that Issei?
This was the English school I was at. So he.
Oh shit!
Yeah, he just like
he did like teaching English.
Couldn't pay me in cash, but usually everybody in Japan was all cash. But
yeah, Brent used to work with all the gangster guys. He did security with all the gangsters.
Yeah, Bonds. Yeah, he really helped me out a lot, and made sure I could keep working and stuff. I appreciate those guys for that.
Yeah, they took care of you.
Definitely.
Any crazy stories from that time?
That
you can discuss.
It's a big file to open. Like a lot of stuff happened in that first trip, and then the second trip, some of the more exciting parts were spread out throughout the year a little bit. Like we got to go to Thailand, I had to go to Guam. I know all the Underworld stuff that would just randomly happen. There's quite a bit to unpack there. Like, who else? When I was staying there too, George Sotiropoulos came. He was the roommate. He was my roommate for a long time, so that was cool.
George!
I had someone who spoke English, and because it was hard for me a little bit with to like really connect with certain people, even though I was close with them. There's that language barrier still. So George had he was there, and he was a good buddy to have, and he's a super good guy.
That's right. George came by. George, actually, I saw him fight on Guam.
Yeah. He was really impressive there.
No, he was unreal in Guam.
Yeah.
So I kind of talked to him and said, "Hey, you should come train in Japan." And he fucking came to Japan.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wait, so if you were there when George was there, were you there when Bobby Razak came?
He's the
Rites of Passages guy.
yeah, Rites of Passage guy. No, but I think you've told me a story about him.
Yeah, where he got kidnapped by the Yakuza.
Yeah.
Yeah, we saved him. Yeah.
Whoa. So what happened? If you can talk about it.
Well, Bobby did the Rites of Passages, and then he wanted. I remember George was there because, well, what happened was Bobby came, and then he wanted to do a documentary on the Yakuza. So I have a lot of connections. So I had him interview the Chinese mafia, a lot of Yakuza guys. And he was asking some crazy questions like, how does it feel to kill your first guy? And real bad. So I was kind of like, whoa, this guy's getting a little too over. But I thought, it's cool. And then one of the guys got upset and got offended and came to the gym. And when Bobby walked in, tried to cold cock him and missed him and ended up kidnapping them, taking their passports. And the funny thing is when they kidnapped them, they held him at my gym, and then they made him sleep in the ring. And in the morning, the funny part is in the morning, George came over to train, and he's stretching, and as he's stretching in the ring, the guy was on the side of the ring. And as he's stretching, he hears, and he looks over and he sees Bobby in the corner all tied up and gagged. And he comes into the room where we are, goes, Enson, what is he doing out there? So what happened, what eventually happened was Yakuzas took their passport. They had to go. So I found there was a chance to get him out. And we had to run around keeping him away. We had to go to one of these buildings in Roppongi that the cops or the Yakuza don't want to go in. We kept them in there for a night. Ended up getting him out. Yeah, so. But I remember when it's a funny story because Brent was pretty hardcore where he would just do shit with us. Like he would train with us. He would go with us. He'd go everywhere with us. Like even when we go to the nightclubs at the night, a dangerous spot, he'd come with us, everything. He's that little white boy hanging out with us is kind of cool. So when we took him to Thailand, he went in straight up, went into the Thai ring and trained with the Thai boys. And it got to a point where they trained so hard there that, I mean, even for me, like with my power, they're smaller guys. So with my power, when we necktie with them, I can kind of defend myself because I'm stronger. But they keep going to a point where when I get tired, everyone, no matter who you are, Nori, Ricky, bigger guys, they'll get thrown in the ring eventually because they're so good at the neckties. But I remember Brent was, I don't know if it was the mitts or something, Brent was going so hard where he got so tired. It was like he had a hard time standing up. So I nicknamed him Bambino, like Bambi, Bambi when he comes out and he was like real unsturdy.
Yeah.
That's kind of what he looked like. So I said, "Oh fuck Bambi," but Bambi sounds kind of gay, so I said, "Oh Bambino." So I started calling Brent Bambino for a while.
Yeah, I remember that.
Oh,
yeah, those guys are pretty hardcore, man. Like,
hey, Santien Pass, yeah?
What's that?
Santien Pass, you know that, yeah?
Yes, I did. Yeah.
Yeah, he killed himself. Yeah, fuck, man.
It's very sad. Yeah.
Yeah, you heard of Santien, no? Yeah, James.
Yeah, I remember seeing some of the stuff you posted on social media at the time.
Yeah, he was like when I first went to Japan, he kind of took care of me, trained me, even came to Japan to corner me in some of my fights. Super good guy. I helped him build his gym. I gave him money to build his gym. And even a couple times during his session, he had a hard time with money. So I would come over, give him $2-3 grand at a time. And he kind of got back on his feet, did really well. So all the times recently when I went back, he would not allow me to pay for shit. And saying that you take care of me when I was hard time. Now I'm doing good. I take care of you now. So he would pay for all our meals. So every time I went there, I would visit him, and I would just go check him out. He'd want to go to. He was so happy to see me, and then he just fell into hard times with COVID because all the stadiums are closed. There was no fights. There was no work for them, and then his teacher that he trained him died. And what I'm guessing is he killed himself by shooting himself in the heart with his own gun.
Whoa.
Yeah, so what I'm thinking is he probably had pain in his heart and wanted to end the pain in his heart. Yeah, so he ended up shooting himself and never got to see him, never got to say bye. I didn't see him for like 3 years because of COVID. It's going to be real weird. I'm trying to plan a trip this year to go down there. But it's going to be weird walking to the camp and not seeing him. It'll be real weird. So emotionally, I got to get ready for that when I go back.
I think it was about nearly a year ago when he passed, right? I think.
Yeah, it was about a year ago. Yep.
Yeah.
And you have a tattoo on it, even before that, right on your heart. Is that right?
Yeah, I got his tattoo right here.
Yeah.
So it's a sentient. It says sentient Inoue. And he was such a nice person, and he has such a clean and nice heart. I put his name over my heart.
Wow.
Yeah, fucking real unfortunate, man. Sad.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Brent, I got to go to Thailand, and I mean, I don't really remember how much we did on the trip, but if Brent went to Thailand, we went and experienced Thailand. So that's about all we'll leave on that one. I mean, from training to go-go bars to shopping, I mean, you name it, we did it. Because I think when Brent came with us, we're already we've been on tons of trips to Thailand already. So we knew the Bangkok in and out. We knew, the shopping in and out, and that's about all I'll say. So it was a nice trip, though. Yeah, so you also went to Guam, yeah?
Yeah, it was cool. Yeah. That was for the fights. Melker was fighting, and then that's where you met George, or saw George fight. Right?
Oh, so you went to the George fight?
Yeah,
oh, yeah, that was
fight. Yeah.
This guy was supposed to destroy George.
Really?
Forget his name, Sergio or Sergius, some big name it was.
Okay.
It was supposed to destroy George, and George is seems like a real geeky kind of guy. I met him the 2 days before his fight in the Fukai gym. I mean the Fukai shop, and he comes up to me, and George is a super nice guy. He's like, "Hey, what's up, Enson and Inoue?" He said, "Oh man, I'm a big fan of yours," and he has that Australian accent. I'm like,
yeah.
Oh my god, this guy's gonna get his ass kicked tomorrow because he seemed like a real computer kind of guy, like a real nice guy. Like, oh shit, this guy's gonna get his ass kicked tomorrow. And damn, did he fucking school that he beat the shit out of the guy. And that's when I approached George and I talked to him. I said, "Hey man, if you want to come to Japan, let me know." And I think he came over right away, yeah.
Yeah, he was kind of he would train anywhere. He was just
that guy was a freaking training monster, man.
It was incredible, to see him train and to live with him and watch that. And then he's pretty hardcore. He was
he's one of the hardest trainers I've ever seen. He would get up. That's why that morning he went in when Bobby was tied up in the side. He always comes in the morning and does his own his training in the morning. Yeah, so he was
we need to get him on the podcast.
Yeah,
he would be a great guest. Yeah.
That'd be cool to hear.
I went and visited him once in Portland there.
Say that again, Brent?
When he was in Portland.
Oh, yeah, really? I went and visited George and we reconnected and stuff. And he's like,
cool.
Yeah, we kind of bonded a bit more. And he's like, I really like him. He's a really good guy. And I'm glad he's got his gym now in Australia, I think. So I'm glad he's doing really well. It was fun to watch. It was fun to really watch his rise from, living in the apartment and then just watch his career kind of take off. And
went to really the UFC. Cool. Yeah. George too. George could have been a big star. The only reason why he didn't was not because he wasn't training hard or anything. It's just he just didn't get the breaks that those guys get.
Yeah.
Just didn't get he was at that level where he could have been one of the huge stars.
Oh yeah.
He just didn't have the breaks, man.
He was so talented.
Did he do Ultimate Fighter?
Yeah, he did Ultimate Fighter.
Did
I can't remember which season.
Contestant and a coach.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
It was hilarious because he got into people. George is pretty straight up too, man. He'll tell it like it is.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Hey, man. James, we gotta get George because I would fuck with George so much, man. I would fuck with him all the time, man. So you gotta get him on, man. It's so funny, man.
We'll work it out. Let's do it.
Yeah. Anything else you remember, Brent?
I'm trying to think what would be good. I just remember a lot of meetings, a lot of Yakuza meetings, and a lot of them, everybody would be like dressed in a suit sometimes or something, but you could kind of see, like the tattoos, and we would roll in with jogging pants, and, typical. And I remember one really fancy dinner, and it was like a private room, all Yakuza guys, and we rolled in late and like just the hoodies on and everything. It just felt kind of weird, but everybody was super nice and respectful. We took a trip one time to get a Yakuza guy was getting out of prison, and we went to kind of see him because nobody had seen him for a while. It was like, I guess it's a thing you do. You get all your Yakuza buddies together and you all take a Mercedes Benz and you all park it just like the movies, and we were waiting for the guy to get out of prison. I don't know if you remember.
Oh, was that in Niigata?
Probably, yeah. It was.
Yeah. We went. That's the one that had the big wall and how all the Benz are parked on the side of the wall. Yeah.
Yeah, I have a picture of that somewhere. It was cool.
Oh no shit, huh?
Because he was supposed to come out at a certain time, and then the Yakuza guys were yelling at the guards. They're like, when's he coming out? Like, let him out.
Yeah. They kind of do that on purpose, it said, to piss off everybody. So they set a time that he's supposed to come out, but they don't let him out at the time and make everybody wait.
Games. Yeah.
No,
yeah. All right. Yeah, but the cool thing about this whole thing, it started off on like a little I'll try and do this and see if I can get a highlight video. But little did I know that I was getting someone that I'll be connected for life. He says I helped him out a lot, but I just for me, it's that I have a little brother now, and the funny thing is we keep in touch. I mean, when he got a new girl, he messages me, lets me know about that, so we're always touching bases with each other, and I feel like I got a little brother for life. No matter what happens in life, we're always going to be here, and if he ever needs me, we're across the whole world, but still, I know if I need something, he'll be there. If he needs me, I'll be there. So, it's somebody that I means a lot to me. I brought him over to Japan. We got to know each other. He loved Japan. We got to know each other real well. We have a connection, and it's a lifetime connection. So love to. Thanks for coming on. It was a good catch up.
Yeah, anytime.
And of course, we're gonna always keep in touch.
I really appreciate right from the first time you brought me over and everything you did for me, and anytime I had a hard time, you were someone to talk to, and really appreciate that. And I also appreciate every single person when I was in Japan. So many people helped me out, and they were all connected to you. They were kind of all in your orbit, and I'm just feel really grateful for all that and the good experiences that I had with everything.
And so if you ever want to come back, you're welcome anytime back. You can meet all the boys again, Even if you bring your girl.
Cool. I would like to come back as a tourist this time. I got to stay away from the just a regular tourist this time.
He probably didn't really see much of Japan, but he saw a lot of Japan that no one sees.
Yeah,
but he didn't see much of the tourist Japan.
Let's see the real.
Hey, Brent, maybe I'll go with you because I haven't never seen the tourist Japan either. I've never been to the Sky Tree. Yeah, let's do that, man. Let's be tourists, man.
Totally.
But man, thanks for
Awesome.
coming, Brent, and we'll keep in touch, man. So you
For
take
sure.
it easy, man.
Thank
Cool.
you very much. Thanks, James.
Thanks, Brent, and thanks everyone for watching.
Shoot.
Cool.
Cool.